Today I'm going to do a quick video on something I've been thinking about a lot lately, which is the 5 factors that make a successful product. For those that are new, I'm Davie Fogarty. As you can see, I've had a fresh new trim. I'm feeling fresh, energized. Let's get into it. The first factor that I do want to talk about today that is so important is being differentiated. The best way that I can describe how important this is a story of failure of my own. When I launched calming blankets, it skyrocketed. We were one of the first to market and we had a premium product. Around 2020, Kmart launched the same version. Kmart is a big department store. Their business model is bringing out products that exist in the market, dropping the quality and charging low prices. While calming blankets was an amazing product and helping so many people, a large portion of our customer base actually started shopping with them instead. You can see in the Google Trends chart that Kmart eventually overtook us. This could have been avoidable if we differentiated our product and made it unique so that our customers valued it more than the Kmart version. This story is really common with entrepreneurs. They find a new trend and they launch it in that region. They get great early success because the truth is they are unique in that region. While the product may exist in a similar fashion somewhere else, the truth is there's no e-commerce competition for that product category. So you're unique in your acquisition method. You might be one of the first people to market properly on Facebook. While it is ideal for you to completely custom make a product, sometimes that's just not viable for early entrepreneurs. You should look at regional opportunities, fragmented markets where there's no competition, where you can come in and you can make that acquisition method your own. However, this doesn't last, which is exactly what happened in my situation. This is where you should be really focusing on what your customers actually value about your product. For example, calming blankets, it improves sleep. How could we create a protectable moat around that product category that helps our customers improve their sleep? We could have introduced protectable software that really measures sleep. There's a lot of opportunities that we could have done to protect ourselves and create that moat. This moat is becoming more and more important with dropshippers, Amazon, and even clearance outlets, as I've just mentioned. So how do you know if you're unique? This is a really tricky situation. There's lots of free tools out there like Google Trends where you can actually search the product category in each region to see if the trend is tipped or not. You can use ads by tools, which I've talked about before. You can also go onto TikTok and other social media platforms. You can even check the Facebook ads library and search that product category to really try to find competitors in that region. One thing I will mention is that I have been developing a piece of software that I'm going to be launching very soon. The reason behind this software is I want to make this process as simple as possible for entrepreneurs. It's going to compile features of all of those tools that I've just mentioned, giving you one click and giving you a complete competitive landscape of that trend. If you're interested in learning more about this software or getting access, click the link in the bio and sign up now. The second factor of successful products is good unit economics. This is so important and prevalent in every single $100 million product. The reason for this is e-commerce and Facebook advertising is getting more and more expensive. You really need a healthy profit margin to actually launch and advertise and acquire that customer. For those that are new to e-commerce, you've got a simple equation. You've got profit equals the sale of the product, the real retail price, minus the cost of good, minus freight, minus the courier cost, minus taxes, minus customer acquisition cost, your marketing cost. A lot of people will just go ahead and launch a trend without really understanding these unit economics. They'll look and they've got only 40% gross profit margin, which just isn't enough to actually acquire customers in most situations. Again, this is a huge research process to do because you need to contact the suppliers, get the cost of the freight, get the cost of the units, and even understand the 3PL, how much they're gonna charge to fulfill the order and get it to the customer. I've handled this entire process within our tool Trend Rocket. Make sure you click the link and check it out. That's the last time I'll mention the tool, I promise. The third factor that you really need to have a really successful $100 million product is it needs to be replenishable, or you can reinvigorate the audience in some way. There's a lot of products out there that are just a one-trick pony and they basically solve a problem and there's no basic iterations that you can create for that product. While there are successful brands that circulate around one product, it isn't a great situation to be in. This is why clothing and the hoodie is so great because we can create this cyclical product launch process where we're introducing new patterns that are differentiated through licensing to re-engage our audience. Another great example of this is the iPhone. Each year they had software and hardware updates to engage their customer base again and really reinforce their brand values. The fourth factor that is often overlooked as well is it achievable for you? I hope that I'm talking to a lot of different levels of entrepreneurs right now, and that is absolutely okay. If you're just starting out, you need to understand your skill sets and capabilities. You can't go and launch the next iPhone. You don't have the capital, you don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge, and that's okay. When I first started, I tried launching a social media app with no bullying. It was positive compliments only. I was trying to create algorithms that found only positive statements and deleted bullies. I had about $500 in my bank and I had no idea what I was doing. This is not an achievable task for me, especially with people like Facebook and Instagram with huge network effects, investing millions. You need to consider things like research and development, funding. Do you even need molds to create that unique product? How much legal research do you need to do and invest in to make sure that your product isn't patented, or does it have registered designs? You really need to understand what your circle of competence is as well. If you're really familiar with a niche such as surfing because you've been a surfer all your life, chances are you have a high circle of competence for that product category and you understand if the product is going to be good for that market. The final factor that I will touch on, which isn't as important as the others, especially if you only want to create a $10 million to $100 million product, is total addressable market. This is a common term used when addressing large software companies. This is because they're trying to create $1 billion company with millions of users. While a lot of the large e-commerce businesses out there at the moment, like Allbirds, Casper, Native Deodorant, they all have large total addressable markets because the product is widely used. It is something to consider if you're launching something that's so niche that isn't going to catch on, is that you have less likelihood of growing it to an astronomically large business. That being said, if you're just trying to start a small business, there's definitely a large enough customer demographic in the world. You're doing e-commerce so you can sell globally. If you're feeling really overwhelmed with your product process, what I suggest is creating a nice little table that addresses all of these factors. You can have a red light, orange light, and green light system. Basically, create every single product idea that you have, every single business idea. Then at the top, put competition, are you unique, good unit economics, replenishable, achievable, and large TAM. Now what you're gonna do is you're going to go for every single business idea, you're either gonna put a red for it doesn't pass the test, orange for it might pass the test, green for it does pass the test. And you can really visualize, is this product satisfying all 5 factors that we've chatted about today? Once you've done that, I really suggest that you get an MVP and just test with a very, very small budget. Don't invest your life savings in anything. You need to understand if it works. You need to understand if your customer acquisition cost fits into your unit economics. You need to understand are you actually unique? So is it going to scale in that region? Can you differentiate for a long lifetime value? Can you differentiate to create a really strong brand that people love? These are all of the answers that you can do in a validation process. Once you find that product though, that you're really confident is the one, make sure you focus on it. Don't get distracted by the next thing. Keep reinvesting in your marketing funnels and grow the business big. If you've tried lots of products already, don't get discouraged. Keep going, keep looking at your marketing quality, because once you find that winning product, it is awesome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.